Basketball finished out their regular season.
And football is back.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. Welcome into the Penguin Rundown. I'm Monica Kurjan alongside Katie Rogers-Vidala. Katie, a lot of exciting stuff is going on. More and more sports are back in action.
I know, it's so exciting. Baseball's back, softball's coming back, but most importantly, YSU's biggest sport, football, is back, and I think that's where you're going to get us started today.
Let's check it out. The football team was back in action as they took on North Dakota State this past weekend in a devastating 25-7 loss. YSU did not start off well as they only had 41 total yards and 1 first down in the first half. The Gwyn's first and only touchdown came in the third quarter with a pass from Mark Wade to Jake Coates from 12 yards out. Wade led the team in passing with 75 yards and also led in rushing with 26 yards on the ground. The defense showed promise, holding NDSU to 11 points in the first half, but ultimately giving up 25 points and 317 total yards, with 243 of those yards gained on the ground. Linebackers Grant Dixon and Griffin Hoke led the team in tackles, both having 8. The Gwyn's are looking to come out stronger this weekend as they play their first game at home this Saturday, February 27th, hosting UNI at noon at Stambaugh Stadium.
After winning 6 events at the Doug Raymond National Qualifier February 13th, the track and field team returned to Kent State University last Saturday. YSU won 3 events at the Kent State Tune-Up, the final event of the regular season. Freshman Teddy Kinsey won the 60-meter hurdles for YSU with a personal best time of 8.97 seconds. And senior Ashley Rowley took the top spot in the women's 3,000-meter with junior Mackenzie Scott and senior Maggie Seabest snatching second and third place. Freshman Hunter Christopher snagged first place in the first appearance of the 2021 season, winning the men's 5,000-meter with a time of 15 minutes and 30.20 seconds. Senior Tyra Pullman and junior Matthew Mangus weren't far behind. The teams will close out the season in Fort Wayne, Indiana, February 26th through March 1st for the Horizon League Championships.
The Youngstown State baseball team fell to 1-3 to start the season following a 4-game series against Troy. The Penguins dropped the first game after trailing 3-2 after 2 innings of play in Game 1. The Trojans would outscore YSU 7-2 the rest of the way and beat the Penguins 10-4 to start the season. Nick Caruso got off to a great start in Game 1, going 2 for 4 with the team in a career-high 3 RBIs, including a 2-run homer, the first of his YSU career. On Saturday, Youngstown State dropped both games of the doubleheader by a final of 8-2 and 13-6. In Game 2 of the doubleheader, Blaze Glenn and Steven DeSanio both went yard for YSU and drove in 5 RBIs collectively. The baseball team would eventually get into the win column on Sunday following a 4-2 victory over Troy. Padraig O'Shaughnessy led the Penguins offensively, going 2 for 3 with a solo home run and 2 runs scored. Andre Good drove home 2 runs while DeSanio added an RBI single. The team was backed by an impressive outing from John Snyder, who pitched 5 strong innings, giving up 3 hits while matching his career-high 6 strikeouts. Youngstown State will return to action with 4 games in Louisiana, February 26th through the 28th. For more on the baseball team, we send it over to Kyle and Abbas at the Roundtable.
Welcome to the Roundtable. I'm Abbas Braswell alongside Kyle Wills, and we're going to talk about baseball and how they got into action this past weekend. It wasn't the best performance, but give us a good breakdown.
Well, like you said, it wasn't the best performance for the Penguins. Offensively, they struggled a little bit. They only batted .230, drove in 15 runs. They had 35 strikeouts, which in all their outs in the 4-game series, which is about a third of their outs. So that's a pretty high number in terms of strikeouts, and that could contribute to the 33 that they left on base. And in terms of the ratio between left on base and RBIs, they left 33 compared to 15 they drove in, so they definitely need to fix that going into this weekend.
Right, scoring is a big thing that you have to do, especially when you're batting and getting hits. You have to get home. But they didn't just only not get home, they also weren't able to stop them from getting home. What do you think had to do with that?
Well, defensively and pitching, it wasn't the best. Pitching gave up 45 hits, gave up 33 runs. They walked 14 and gave up 10 home runs. Defensively, they had 6 errors, 2 in each of the first 3 games. So definitely wasn't the cleanest game they played, but they definitely got to be able to give up less hits, give up less runs. They got to throw more strikes and bring down those walks total down. And defensively, they just got to play a lot cleaner going into this weekend.
Right, and obviously they didn't play that strong in the first 3 games, but they were able to rally back in the 4th game and come out with a win. And a lot of things look better, obviously, because they won. They batted a lot better, and they also pitched a lot better.
Well, that game on Sunday, it was their best game they played collectively as a team. John Snyder pitched really well. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, tied his career high in 6 strikeouts. Offensively, they played much better. They had 8 hits, only struck out 1 time, and only left 6 batters on base. So in terms of going into next weekend, to be able to finish off strong, it's definitely a good confidence booster for the team.
Right, it is a great confidence booster. And how do you think they will perform, and what do they need to do next week against these teams that they're playing?
Well, LSU has been really strong pitching, and they've had a lot of strikeouts. So I think one key for the offense is they're going to need to swing at their pitches and not swing at their pitches and be more patient.
Right, yeah, I think they're going to be really good coming up this weekend, and a bright future for the rest of them. But yeah, that's everything we have today on baseball. Check us out next week. Back to you guys.
After their first time hosting matches at home and winning, the men's tennis team continued on a hot streak this week. The men's team won 5 singles matches against Xavier University at the YSU Indoor Tennis Center Sunday. They beat Xavier overall 5-2. Performances by sophomore Laurentiu Mondechescu and junior Eric Grahn secured early wins in singles matches 2 and 3. Mondechescu would take down his Xavier opponent 6-1, then again 7-6. Sophomore Will Everett was also able to pick up the win in round 4 after battling for 3 sets. One of the Penguin seniors, João Goreto, secured his singles match win in the 5th match of the day. And to wrap up their successful homestand, freshman newcomer David Alvarez Moreno beat his opponent with the devastating 6-0 score twice in a row. The men's tennis team hopes to continue their early 2021 winning streak. This Friday, they're back at the YSU Indoor Tennis Center to host St. Bonaventure and St. Francis.
The women's tennis team hosted 3 matches this past weekend. The women picked up a victory 5-2 on Friday versus Toledo. The Penguins played well in doubles play as Cecilia Rosas and Elvira Esteo earned a 6-3 win, while Tamara Tufel and Aliska Marasakova also picked up a 6-3 win. On Saturday, the women's team dropped the doubleheader versus Ball State. The Penguins got beat 4-1 in match 1 and then 4-0 in match 2. In the first match, the Gwins won 2 of 3 matches in double play. Once again, Elvira Esteo and Cecilia Rosas won 6-4, while Tamara and Aliska won 6-3. The Penguins will host 3 matches next week against 3 different opponents. The first match starts Friday at 1 versus St. Bonaventure.
The women's golf team began their spring season last Saturday with a dual match victory against Charleston Southern in Kiowa Island, South Carolina. The Gwins defeated the Buccaneers with a close score of 309-311. Sophomore Danae Regula led the team, being 4 over par with a score of 76. Senior Caitlin Chute and junior Pathita Conrudi each contributed low scores of 77, while sophomore Christina Lewis totaled a 79. Making her collegiate debut, freshman Maddie Smithco also scored a 79 with the Gwins. On Sunday, Youngstown State will travel back to South Carolina to compete at the Kiowa Island Spring Classic that is hosted by the College of Charleston.
The women's basketball team wrapped up their regular season with a series split versus Cleveland State this past weekend. The Penguins got a huge lead in Game 1, but CSU outscored YSU 27-11 in the final quarter and shocked the Penguins, taking Game 1 76-73. Cleveland State went 5 for 6 from three-point range over the final 4 minutes and scored in their final 11 possessions of the game. For Youngstown State, Nneka Obiizer had a career night, scoring 29 points and grabbing 9 rebounds. In Game 2, the Penguins and the Vikings went back and forth the entire way, but Youngstown State was able to hold on to a late lead to split the series against CSU and win Game 2 by a final of 64-61. The Penguins got a good bounce-back performance from Mary Dunn, who scored 24 points and was unstoppable down low, shooting 83% from the field in Game 2. NECA Obiizer pitched in another good night with a double-double of 12 points and 10 rebounds. With the weekend performance against Cleveland State, NECA Obiizer was crowned her 4th Horizon League Freshman of the Week award. Obiizer averaged 20.5 points and 9.5 rebounds while shooting 56.7% from the field in the final series of the year. Up next, the Penguins will play host to Purdue Fort Wayne in the first round of the Horizon League Women's Basketball Tournament. The game starts tonight at 5 p.m. and can be watched on ESPN Plus or heard on iHeartRadio. On Tuesday, the Horizon League announced their postseason honors for the 2020-2021 season. Obiizer was named the Horizon League Freshman of the Year, along with receiving third-team honors. Dunn was voted to the All-Horizon League second team, and senior Chelsea Olsen joined Obiizer in receiving third-team honors. Youngstown State was the only school to have more than 2 players named to the first, second, or third teams.
This past weekend, the men's basketball closed out the regular season at home against IUPUI. Coming into the series, the men were on a 5-game win streak, and on Friday, the Gwins dropped a close one 72-70. Senior Nas Bohannon recorded his 4th double-double of the season with 16 points and 10 rebounds. Junior Darius Quisenberry was the leading scorer with 20 points. The Penguins came back fighting on Saturday to beat the Jaguars 77-70. Bohannon had a team-high 23 points, which was his 10th 20-point scoring performance. This win improved the men to 14-11 overall and 9-11 in the Horizon League. The Gwins earned the number 6 seed and will host a first-round game in the 2021 Horizon League Men's Basketball Championships against number 11 UIC tonight at 8 p.m. This game will be broadcast on 570 WKBN and ESPN+. The Horizon League announced on Tuesday their postseason honors and 3 Penguins earned recognition. Senior Garrett Covington was named to the Horizon League All-Defensive Team for the 3rd straight season. Bohannon was named to the All-Horizon League second team, and freshman Shamar Rattan-Mays was named to the All-Freshman team.
It's now time for Penguin Play of the Week, so we're going to send it over to Kelsey Norris, who has more.
Thanks, guys. For this week's Penguin Play of the Week, we're taking it on over to the Beagley Center with Michael Akuche. Let's check it out. And here we'll see the Penguins battle against IUPUI, where Akuche would get this last-minute slam dunk. That extra 2 points would help the Gwins get over 70-77 against IUPUI. In the last 44 seconds, we'll see here again in slow-mo, number 31 hops up for that slam dunk, and the Gwins would win against IUPUI in a split decision. Congratulations and good luck on the rest of your season. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kelsey. That does it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. I'm Monica Kurjan.
I'm Katie Rogers-Videla.
See you next time, Penguin Nation.